I think the biggest factor early on for the destigmatization of homophobia came from people advocating for homosexuality to not be seen as a disease and for it to be seen as a normal social behavioral pattern. I think this is the start because it allowed for research to be done into it that doesn't treat it as a disease, but just as a social product that allowed it to become more into the social forefront and allow for media and entertainers and famous people to be more comfortable coming out, treating this less as a problem that needs to be solved and more of a existence of just society. I think intimacy has evolved by becoming less taboo and something that needs to be discussed or only be discussed behind closed doors or within family, and something that with the right group of people can be something be discussed outside of the family. Obviously, there is still double standards when it comes to intimacy, intimate acts being that women are seen as more promiscuous, and when it comes to having a certain amount of partners, and young women being policed harder in their activities of sexual activities more than men. I think the biggest negatives of teen pregnancy come with the emotional strain of it. Obviously, the emotional strain of being a teenager that has to take care of a child, but also the scrutiny and condemnation that the parents and peers will give to a person who has a child when they are just a teenager is something that is also emotionally draining. Along with that, the worry and fears that come with being a that your life is changing in such a drastic way at such a young age in a way that many people probably never predicted or would think that ever happened to them. Also stacks on top of the worries of making sure that they can take care of the baby in a way that is beneficial to the child. I think the most important part of sexual health is the education. I say this because all these problems of sexual health kind of stem from people not having a good understanding of these things that they should and shouldn't do and proper procedures when it comes to having sex. This is usually done because many people are in the camp of the abstinence is the only way, and to keep sex as something that kids and teenagers shouldn't learn about until they are older and married and in relationships, which really just leads to people not fully understanding how to treat sex and the actions and being responsible in doing so.